Hello, I'm Emma Pavey and I work for the Susanna Wesley Foundation, and this is an introduction to our Susanna Wesley Fellows, visiting scholars from Norway who are with us for a week, Hilde-Marie and Kari. So I'm going to have you introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about your project.
Yeah, thank you. It's very nice to be here. We're here actually to write a book on Methodist theology. My name is Hilde-Marie Øgreid, and I am the director of the United Methodist Seminary in Oslo. So I teach Methodist pastors and deacons and local preachers and whoever would like to know more on Methodist. And I teach the Lutheran students as well. And our project is to make a book that can be on the curriculum for the first year students of theology, that would be pastors and deacons, but also the local preachers or anyone in church interested in diving into theology much. So it will be a basic theology book covering it all. That is a starter for students and others. And I can do that alone, so I brought someone with me.
And I'm Kari. I used to be a teacher of all kinds of subjects, including grammar, including languages. I had a second career and was a data deacon in 2005. And since then, I have been working in a church, serving as a diaconal pastor and taking advantage of my experience as a teacher. I am working with Hilde-Marie on the Seminary of Oslo to train people in theology, in practical theology, and in social spirituality.
Yeah. And so this project is obviously a new project. What was the need that you saw that this would fill?
Well, first of all, any courses needs curriculum. And for the first year, we need the curriculum to be Norwegian. But when they come to the second year, they all have to read English. That's no way around that. But the first years should be Norwegian, also to have their spiritual language in Norwegian and employ that. So we needed that to be a good Methodist language in Norwegian. And we do have a book, but it's written in 1992, and that's quite some years ago. And a lot has happened in church life and in theology since that, so it needed to be updated and a bit smaller than the 400-pager that we do have, and to reflect the role we live in today. So that was why we really had to do this. So we started a few years ago, but now we're really working on it and had the opportunity to stay here for a week and use the archives and resources and have some very wonderful and focused writing time. So that's really great. And being a rector, I've met other rectors working on Methodist theology, such as here, and that those connections broadens the theological work that we do. So being in an international context, and as we take it home to a Norwegian context, those bridges are important. And this is a very good place to build those bridges, I think.
And our partners are mostly the United Methodist Church in the States. So coming to Bristol, we see another approach to Bachelorism, which is very enriching and very inspiring. And it's a need for us as a small minority church in Norway to regain our identity as Methodists. And this book is an attempt to do that, and people ask for it.
Yeah. And then finally, I think you've spoken to this already a little bit, but specifically being here at Southlands connected with the Susanna Wesley Foundation, what has that allowed you to explore in terms of resources and location?
Yeah, well, in my doctoral work and another theological work previously, I worked very much with American theologians because, they write really thick books. So you can use it and compare them, and then you have a thesis. But the British way of thinking is often more practical, but very much directed at the churches and useful in a different way. So to dive into those has been important for me. Plus, we connect very much to the history of the Wesleys and Methodism as from the beginning, and to actually be here in England and get connected with that is important for our tradition. And part of this book is also an important identity building among the Methodists, especially in our time where the church in Norway has decided to go inclusive, which is important. And we live in a world with a lot of crisis going on. And to speak into that, it's important to connect with history. And we do that by kind of looking at the Wesleys again, and to actually be here and brings us into that connection. So we live kind of in a fusion of Harry Potter and Pelican and John Wesley. And it's just an amazing combination to do. So it's, to us, it's kind of exotic, and to live this life forward.
We'll see which ones appear in your book.
Well,
We'll talk about that.
And I know you're going to visit the John Wesley
museum
Yes,
will be on Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
And we did visit and attend a service
Yes.
in the Quickly.
Yeah, I did.
And this was really, for me, it was the Methodist identity that I want to have. So it was very encouraging and inspiring.
And we talked about actually that the British spirituality is very much close to ours, more than the American is. So for the Norwegian church to flourish and to pick up things from the British Methodism is actually useful. And maybe it could be useful the other way around as well. So
It was
we speak yes, it
very
was.
contextual.
Yeah. So we speak very well for closer connections.
Yeah, very good. Well, thanks very much. I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Yeah.
More conversation. So thanks very much.